Do you want to know what happened in the market through the month of May? You're definitely going to want to watch this one. We are back with the number one question that consumers ask. How's the market? What's going on in the market? Probably more relevant than it's been in months because we're starting to see some things change a little bit. So let me give you the end of May stats, then we'll talk about what it means for those people that want to transact and want to make a real estate decision, whether it's selling or buying a home. So the number of sales have declined in a couple markets. Chester County, they are down 20.5% since the end of May of last year. In Delaware and Montgomery counties, we're seeing a 6.8 to 7.7 decrease in the number of homes that are selling. And in Philadelphia, we saw a bump of 2.2% more homes that sold through the end of May compared to 2022 over 2021. Pricing has continued to increase from 5.5 to 10.3% on the median sale price in our marketplace. Days on market in the suburbs, Chester, Delaware, Montgomery counties is ranging from 19 to 23 days. And in Philadelphia, we're seeing it at 39 days through the month of May. Percentage of the asking price received continues to be high, 101.4 to 103.1% in the suburban counties, and in Philadelphia we're at 97.2%. New listings, again, are outpacing pending sales. This has been the third consecutive month we've seen this. March, April, May, good news for buyers. We'll explain what that means in a second. And inventory still is hovering less than a month in the suburban counties. We're seeing a 0.63 to 0.68 month supply, and in Philadelphia, we've got a 2.21 month supply. So that means if no new homes came on the market, it would take 2.21 months in Philadelphia to sell all the homes available right now. And obviously, rates have jumped up to north of 6% on a 30-year fixed. So what does all this mean? And we talked in our show last week about what the Fed said during their meeting. I'm going to go over it again because it's important. Really, I want to talk about what sellers and buyers should be thinking right now as we head into the second half of the year, because there's a lot of money involved in these decisions. So we want to make sure you're as informed as possible, especially in a shifting climate. So if I'm thinking about selling a home right now, the biggest stat I saw here, there's actually two. One is new listings are outpacing pending sales. This has happened for the third month in a row. A lot of people are anticipating, a lot of experts, economists, that there's going to be more homes for sale even in the fall than there will be over the summer. And as a seller, the best time for you to have your home on the market is when the neighbors don't. So that's one thing that sticks out to me very clearly there. Secondly, prices are still going up. They've kind of pulled back to more normal appreciation as we see the market go back to normal, meaning back to pre-2020. And with rates going up, that's going to affect some home buyers, especially in the higher end or premium market, because just at the beginning of the year, we were looking at 3% rates. Now that those rates have doubled, that's absolutely going to take buyers out of the picture for some of those higher priced homes. So I'm looking at those three things. I'm looking at rates. I'm looking at new listings outpacing pending sales and seeing those as an indicator and kind of a flag that tells me it might be time to get my home on the market sooner than later so that I can beat the market and get a great result when selling your home. Now, if I'm a buyer, I'm looking at the rates as a big thing, and also there should be more options coming up because this is the time for a buyer that you don't want to lose faith. It's hard out there right now, especially when you're losing offer after offer, which has happened to a lot of people. And the folks that are going to stick with it are going to be the ones that find the right home, because we're right at the point where the market's starting to change, and the folks that typically win are the ones that are out there transacting right at the beginning and getting ahead of things as opposed to waiting till later. So I'd be looking at, how do I take advantage of this? Number one, is this going to help me find the kind of home that I'm looking for where I can lock in my payment even at a 6% rate for the next 30 years? If I'm a buyer, I'm looking at adjustable rate mortgages as well. That's a clear way to get a more affordable monthly payment. There are 1, 3, 5, 7, 10-year adjustable rate mortgages. I'd be looking at those, talking to my lender about that, and I'd be almost resetting my home search, because right now you've got to kind of re-budget and see if you can afford the type of property that you want or if you need to make some changes, because the Fed has been very clear. They're going to keep raising rates here. So it's not get out of the market, it's pause, reset, reassess, see what's going to make sense, and then continue forward with your real estate decision. That's going to be the best way to do that, and you want to have a professional advising you all along the way. Prices aren't going to go down. That data is evident. Number of sales are, because we still have an inventory challenge, and that looks to be something that's going to be remedied in the second half of the year. So we covered a lot. We gave you a lot of information here. Specific situations require expert advice. So if you've got specific questions, talk to a local expert. We're here to be of service, but just talk to somebody so you know exactly what's going on and how to navigate the current climate.